And I'm not making this up, but right where we're sitting, literally, is where a corn crib used to sit. And there was in 1922, it's a long story, but I'll give the short version. There was a chase that ensued with a guy who had been was going to help his buddy get out of the jail. You know, he's going to help him escape from jail.
Yeah.
A breakout. So the police got wind of it. A chase ensued, and they ended up on this property. And a shooting occurred between the corn crib right here and the barn behind us.
So right where we're sitting,
yes,
and there, how many people died?
3 people were killed on the property at that time. It was the biggest news of the 1920s. And actually one of the guys his name was Oklahoma Slim. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The one guy who died later in the hospital, he wouldn't tell anyone his name. So they couldn't tell his family.
Didn't know who it was.
So they mummified him, and he was in a front of a funeral home, like, you know, on display for like 20 years. Yeah, because no one knew who he was, and it was like just what they did back then, I guess. Well, then his body was later on given, and actually was on a traveling circus kind of freak show kind of thing.
Wow!
And now it's in the National Medical Museum in Washington D.C. to show an example of 1920s mummification.
Okay, to show example of that, but that's one of the guys that died.
Yeah,
right here.
I know that's crazy, but
that's an angle I didn't expect.